Johan Cruyff once famously said that he's never seen a bag of money score a goal. Well, today we're going to be putting that to test as I'll be building the most expensive team in FC26. Every position we'll be buying the player with the highest market value. And once this squad is built, we're going to prove Cruyff wrong by winning the Premier League and the Champions League. But to spice things up, we're going to be giving this Money FC a 20 points deduction in the Premier League. Yes, come on, man. This team is about to be ridiculous. So we got to make things a bit more challenging. But all right, we're going to start with the goalkeeper position. Now, I thought Juan Garcia, Barcelona's new goalkeeper signing, had a really good chance of being the most expensive keeper because he's 24, 89 potential. But nope, he's only 7th on the list, a market value of 40 million. Thibaut Courtois, who's the highest rated goalkeeper in the game, isn't even in the top 10. Instead, Borussia Dortmund's Gregor Kobel, valued at 57.5 million, he takes the number 2 spot. But he's only going to be making the bench. And that's because Gianluigi Donnarumma, for the 3rd year in a row, is the most expensive goalkeeper. 83 million market value. But now we've got him joining Money FC, aka Newcastle United. That's right, we're going to be using Newcastle for this video. Because in terms of having the world's richest owners, literally Saudi Arabia, a country, owns them. Also, boys, today we've got a very special sponsor, Marcel. That's right, boys. If you want to get yourself some S2G merch, support the channel, check out s2gshop.com. Links will be in the description. And also, to celebrate the launch of FC26, we've got code CIDINHO to give you all 15% off. Now, this code expires on Monday, so today's the perfect time to get yourself some S2G merch. Back to the video. Bro, just with the 2 goalkeepers, this squad costs 184 million. I have a feeling we might be hitting like 2 billion plus for the entire team. But let's now continue with the left back spot. Not gonna lie, I'm a bit surprised that both Barcelona's Balde as well as Real Madrid's Carreras aren't even in the top 3. Instead, it's Alphonso Davies and Guardiol tied for the 2nd spot, both valued at 46 million. Now, both of these players are only good enough for the bench, but who do we pick? I guess since they've got the same market value, we gotta pick the player who's got the higher wages, which in this case would be Josko Guardiol. Nah, bro, the fact that a player like Guardiol is only good for the bench, and that's because we got Champions League winner, Nations League winner, Nuno Mendes. What a season he had. And I'm not surprised that at 74 million, he's the most expensive left back in the game. And there you go. We've got him joining Money FC. I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of PSG players in this team. Time to now move on to the centre-back spots, where would you believe it, the world's best centre-back, Virgil van Dijk, he isn't even in the top 10. I think that's mostly because of Van Dijk's age. He's 33. But I'm kind of shocked that even Pacho doesn't make the squad. He's 23 years old, Champions League winner with PSG, 86 rated. But Arsenal's Gabriel, by 1 million pounds, has a higher market value. That was so close. But even Gabriel, though, only gets a spot on the bench because it's Inter's Alessandro Bastoni, who's the 2nd most valuable centre-back in the game, worth 75 million. And to be fair, he does carry Inter's defense, although they were nowhere to be seen in that Champions League final. Now, to partner Bastoni, we've got officially the most expensive centre-back in the game, and none other than Rolls-Royce Saliba. He's valued at 79 million pounds, 87 rated, and that's another Arsenal player we're adding to Money FC. Hopefully, that'll make us good with set pieces. Now, to complete our defense, let's pick our right back, and I really thought it was going to be Trent Alexander-Arnold. Now, even though Real Madrid got him for basically free, his market value is 63 million pounds, but Jules Koundé's is even more, 73.5 million, but even that only gets him a spot on the bench. Now, the most expensive right back in FC26 is also the highest rated right back in FIFA history. In fact, he just finished 6th in the Ballon d'Or rankings, Achraf Hakimi. He's 89 rated this year, and I don't think I've seen a right back being valued at 95.5 million. That is ridiculous. Straight away, he's getting into our team. We've just completed our defense, and guess what? It's already costed us 749 million, and we haven't even built out the midfield and the attack. Bro, this team is easily getting past 2 billion. And yo, just look at the kind of players we're going to be adding into the midfield. Fede Valverde, valued at 103.5 million, but that's only good enough for the bench. Ballon d'Or winner Rodri doesn't even make the team, nor does the likes of Odegaard. And that's because we've got Vitinha in midfield, the man who just finished 3rd in the Ballon d'Or rankings. 110.5 million pounds is his value. And that's going to be another PSG player that gets into the team. Now, although Vitinha does make that midfield, he needs a sentiment partner, and that's someone who's valued even more than him. And in my eyes, he's the world's best midfielder right now. And I still can't believe he finished 11th in the Ballon d'Or rankings. But at least EA respect him by having him as the most expensive centre-mid. Pedri at 128.5 million. In fact, I actually had to pay 150 million to sign him, so far he's our most expensive player. Nah, bro, just with those 2 midfield spots added in, the team has now cost him 1.149 billion. And it's only gonna get crazier because for the cam spot, we've got Musiala, valued at 114 million pounds. But wait, he does not make the team. Instead, it's Liverpool's record-breaking signing, Florian Wirtz, valued at almost 130 million. But this might shock you, boys. Even Wirtz is only good enough for the bench. And that's because we've got Jude Bellingham, valued at 150 million pounds. That's the highest so far. And also to sign him, it costed me 180 million, making him even more expensive than Pedri. With the midfield now complete, this team is almost worth 1.5 billion. And with the attack, I'm sure it's gonna cross 2 billion. Now, before we pick our attackers, though, if you guys could subscribe to the channel, that would be amazing. Now, already things are getting crazy for the attackers. Ousmane Dembele, Ballon d'Or winner 2025. He does not make the first team. And that's because the man who finished second in the Ballon d'Or standings, Lamine Yamal, EA have him valued at 126.5 million. And honestly, I think it's fair. Market value is also dependent on age, and Lamine is what, 18? Of course, he's going to be the most expensive in his position. And there you go, Lamine Yamal in the building. Of course, he's in Money FC. Now, Dembele might be able to sneak his way into the team in the striker position, but not really, because there's Erling Haaland valued at 135 million. And that's why we're choosing the Norwegian robot. And by the way, Haaland now takes the spot of being the most expensive player in the team so far at 185 mil. The fact that Ballon d'Or winner Dembele can only make the bench is just wild. We've now got just the left wing position left, and I'm sure you've noticed that there's one player I haven't mentioned yet. And no, it's not Vinny Jr., although he came pretty close. Instead, it's his teammate Kylian Mbappe. I know you guys were wondering why I didn't mention him for the striker spot. Well, if I did, then Haaland would miss out making the team, which I think is crazy. Instead, Mbappe can play left wing, and we had to pay 200 million to sign him, making him the most expensive player of our squad as well. And with that, boys, we have assembled the most expensive team in FC26, costing over 2.1 billion pounds. And now the question is, can money actually buy trophies? Can this team win the Champions League? And can this team overcome a 20 points deduction? Okay, I wasn't expecting this, but maybe that 20 points deduction was a bit too much. Newcastle end up finishing 8th. To be fair, even if you add the 20 points, that would only lead them to finishing 2nd. Arsenal somehow won the league. That too without Saliba or Gabriel. Fair enough. I'm surprised, man, because we had Haaland who scored 33 goals. Dembele actually benched Lamine, scored 28 himself. Mbappe did well, but still Money FC got cooked in the Premier League. But what about the Champions League? Oh, finishing 9th outside of top 8? But okay, they destroyed Marseille. You'd expect that from a team worth over 2.1 billion. Rana 16 destroyed Juventus 5-1 on aggregate. That's more like it. Quarterfinals got through Atalanta, but no, Liverpool get the better of them. Well, I guess in the end, Johan Cruyff was right. A bag of money can't win you trophies. Now, if you enjoyed this video, watch me build the highest potential team in FC26. Click here.
At 2 Degrees, we know a